Hi, I'm Emily, and this is Indie Book Reviews. So this week's book is Summer Ever After by Kortney Keisel. I want to say Keisel, it could also be Keisel, Keisel. You would think I knew how to read. Joke's on you, I absolutely do not. So apologies, Kortney, if I mispronounce your name. I'm trying my best. And I loved your book, so I feel like maybe you can forgive me. Anyway, we'll do a quick synopsis. I'm going to try my best not to spoil anything. We start off with Jane, who is just from New Girl to a T. That's the best way to explain her. She is quirky, she's a little bit cringy, but she's super fun. Jane is on a manhunt. Literally, a hunt for a man. She is doing a project that she calls the Summer of Jane Hayes, where she tries to fall in love by reenacting romance tropes. However, she lives on a small island, and all of the guys on this island she already knows, has already been through this with, is not compatible with. So, tough. Enter her best friend's brother, Walker, who is flirty. He is a pro golfer that had a great few years and is suddenly just feeling really off and not doing so well. So he comes back home to sort of ground himself and see if he can get his mojo back. However, he happens to love flirting with Jane, even though Jane swore to her best friend that she would never date her brother. I love the forbidden romance trope. It might be my favorite of all time. So obviously I loved this book. I was bound to. It has my favorite trope in it. Also, let me just add in that this book is a no spice book, if you were wondering. But that's our quick synopsis. I don't want to spoil too much, so let's just go straight into our ratings. First off, we have writing quality, which was a 4 out of 5 stars. There was great pacing. It was never boring. It was consistent and fun. It caught my attention always. Great transitions. Again, there were gaps where there needed to be gaps, and everything was filled in perfectly. The author has a very distinct style and personality, which might also be because of the character, but the voice was unique and it was very easy to follow and just fun. You just wanted to keep going. And I also want to point out the skill that it takes to create good banter between characters. You actually have to be so talented and skilled to write good dialogue. It is one of my biggest things to appreciate about writing, because I feel it's very underappreciated. So I just want to give kudos to the author for that one. Also, I would like to point out that this is a comedy. This is a rom-com for sure. It was so funny. I want to say the characters were so funny, but no, the author's hilarious. It was so good. I laughed out loud so many times, and I was scrolling through my annotation. Why did I say it like that? I was scrolling through my annotations in the book, and all of them were just me laughing. I just kept highlighting funny quotes. So that was really good. If you want a good laugh, you should definitely read this. I don't read a lot of funny books, so it was kind of refreshing. Plot, we have it a 4.7. This plot is genius, and I don't know how I haven't read it yet, but oh my god. Somebody who loves romance books trying to create their favorite tropes in real life is genius. That's genius. You see these specific tropes that she's trying to check off, and they keep coming back because the only person she can actually fulfill the tropes with is the love interest. The characters were a 4.9. I feel I already sort of went into a little bit, but Jane was just too much fun to read to give any lower of a rating. She was just so quirky, a little cringy at times, but that kind of just made her more endearing. I love her. I want her to be my friend. Also, was my necklace off this whole time? That's embarrassing. But then we also have Walker, who is just really chill. He's not really boy next door type, but he's sort of like the cool guy in your neighborhood. Like, he is also a professional athlete, so that's kind of a given. But he sort of has like a complicated relationship with different people, right? So like with Jane, things just sort of seem natural with him. He's very flirty, he's very just chill, but he's not very close with his family, and he's sort of like standoffish from pretty much anybody else, which is just like his personal problem. Like, he just, like, it has to do with sort of like what he goes through. I think he was written really well, and again, it's sort of like a refreshing character. It's not the same, you know, brooding guy. Like, he's just generally nice and funny and seems like a good time, like a good guy to hang out with. So they worked really well together, and even though they had very different personalities, it was so fun to see them like talk and have banter and argue and laugh together. It was just really well done. So creativity, I have a 5, because everything about this story was beautifully unique. I won't go into it too much because obviously I just went through it, but the plot was unique. I can't believe I haven't read it yet because it was perfect. I love the way that she wrote it and we got to see it all. Obviously, Jess, not Jess, Jane being Jess from New Girl, like, not that it's been done before, it's never been done in a book before that I've seen, at least. So, like, I've never seen such a quirky, fun, like, silly main character in a book before, so 10 out of 10. And again, Walker was who he was, and I feel like I haven't read a character like him before, so we're going 5. We're going 5, and you can't tell me any different. And my overall feeling was a 4.5. I have never had so many like butterflies in my chest from a book before. I was like concerned for my health. I'm like, hello, am I having a heart attack right now? Is everything okay? I was swooning, I was pouting, I was laughing, like, to cause such a physical reaction, absolutely incredible. And I just, like, again, I don't read a lot of like comedy, I don't read a lot of rom-coms, so this felt very, like, it gave me the vibes of like an early 2000s romantic comedy movie. So it was just a lot of fun, and I just really enjoyed it. So overall, we have a 4.62 rating for Summer Ever After. Honestly, I would read this book again. I feel like that's a crazy compliment. Like, to reread a book, I would absolutely read this book again. I want more of them. I want more of these characters, and I think that this is like a series of standalones where they go through the different people on the island and like their love stories. So you absolutely could get more of these characters, and I will be reading it. So this is the part where I highly recommend this book. Perfect romantic comedy, great for summer, a light read. It was just so good all around. And Kortney Keisel and the author, because I don't want to mispronounce it anymore, and the author is very talented and very skilled. Just, I'm sure that anything she writes is good. So, like, again, that's a huge compliment. So thank you, Kortney, for being my second review. I'm really excited to tell everybody how good your book is, although by the looks of your Instagram, it looks like everybody knows how good you are. But hey, one more person saying it cannot hurt. So go get Summer Ever After. I got it on Kindle. I'm not sure where else you can get it, but obviously I will put all the links in the description below. Follow her on Instagram. She posts a lot of funny stuff about promoting her book, which, again, kudos, because I literally get so nervous to promote my own. So I love to see you like screaming at people while you're on a boat. Like, that's just so funny. No wonder you made me laugh so much in the book. You just seem like a funny person. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe for more. We're coming out with new reviews every Thursday at 5 p.m. And if you want to share a good indie book that you have read recently, leave it in the comments. We love to see a good recommendation. All right, have a great rest of your day and keep reading. Bye.